So the Find X9 Ultra is OPPO's first Ultra model to make its way to the global market, and it's coming next week. I've had my hands on one for a couple days now, and it's everything I could have hoped for. But unfortunately, my hands are pretty tied with what I can actually share with you guys today in terms of specs and opinions. But I can bring you an unboxing and chat a little bit about its design and that new 10x periscope sensor. Just like with the rest of the Find X9 series in the global market, there's not all that much in the box. The first thing you'll find inside the small yet premium looking box is another box, and inside that box there's some paperwork, a 12 amp charging cable, a USB A to C adapter, and a SIM ejector tool. And under all of that, there's of course the phone itself. I have it in the Tundra Umber color, but you can also pick one up in Canyon Orange. Umber in general refers to a natural earthy brown pigment containing iron. So this iconic color scheme is heavily inspired by the Hasselblad X2D 100C Earth Explorer Edition camera. And that fits well with OPPO's recent press release about the device. This is not just another flagship. It's your next camera. It has a very similar look to the X2D with its natural metal color on the frames spilling into the back plates of the phone and dividing the new eco-friendly vegan leather back material into two parts, with the lower part almost resembling a camera grip. This will make even more sense once you see the accessories available for this phone, including the new teleconverter attachment lens. But unfortunately, they're still on the way to me, so we'll only get to those goodies in the full review. First impressions of the overall look of this phone? That camera island is enormous. I mean, just look at it next to the Xiaomi 17 Ultra here. And I thought that had a huge bump. There's good reason for that though, because while I can't share the actual camera specs with you right now, there are 5 camera sensors underneath that circular glass lens. And in case you didn't notice, 4 of those sensors are absolutely massive. And the one sensor I can say something about is that huge top camera. It's a Hasselblad 50 megapixel quintuple prism reflection periscope camera with an insane reach of 10 times optical zoom and an industry first 20 times optical quality zoom. The last flagship to use a 10x zoom lens was the S23 Ultra, and that had a much smaller sensor size and a much narrower aperture, and it was only a 10 megapixel camera. So how did OPPO actually make this possible? Well, most flagships cap their optical zoom range at 4 times or 5 times due to space constraints within the body of the phone. To overcome this, OPPO have changed up the entire periscope structure by bouncing light through 5 separate reflections. And I'm not sure if you can see it properly on camera, but when looking into the sensor, it almost looks like there's a bunch of mirrors inside of it. And if you're worried that things might not be that stable at 10 times optical zoom, OPPO have now included a new sensor shift optical stabilization system just for that lens, and I can't wait to test it out. With all this tech, there really isn't a need for an external teleconverter lens at all. This phone pretty much has it built directly into it. That said, aside from that large camera module, the phone is definitely a bit thicker. Not that you'd really notice though. It is noticeably heavier too, but the orange variant is a bit lighter and quite a lot thinner, so that's something to keep in mind when you decide on one. Regardless of the color you choose, the device is definitely boxier. I'm not allowed to turn the screen on in this video, but it's still flat and quite squared off. Actually, the entire phone is squared off, but it feels very premium in the hand. The camera island doesn't stick out too much though, and there's an orange circle wrapping around it for that Hasselblad touch. And the actual module has a hexagonal look which mimics the aperture blades of professional camera lenses. On the one side of the frame there's a shortcut key, and on the other side there's an improved quick button for camera control, and it's also finished in Hasselblad orange. Nice touch, OPPO. That's pretty much all I can actually cover today, but I cannot wait to dive into every single aspect of this phone. Launch date is set for April 21st, but I plan on waiting for my teleconverter lens to arrive before giving this insane camera phone a full honest review. Until then, this is Technic, and I'll catch you in the next one.